Oh, hallo Wildhunde. Sorry, ich habe kein Interesse gegen euch zu kämpfen, ihr seid bis zu der Level. Kämpfen die gegen die? Nö. Hallo. Krasser Wachmann, lass mich einfach reinlaufen.
Where now, Joshua? There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Oh.
Welcome, welcome.
Die wird gekauft.
Anything else? Take care.
Okay, dann halt nichts. Tabor, Obelisk aktiviert.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Barnabas. Währenddessen. Kuria, Freistätte von Canva.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well. My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic!
Guter Witz.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Yo, edgy boy.
Pathetic creatures.
Clive hat nicht gereicht als edgy boy.
That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Geht's jetzt um Jote oder? Bin so verwirrt.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
Hey, Nebenquiz!
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Ja, das ist ein schlechter Witz, ey. Warum? Sind noch irgendwo welche aufgetaucht? Nein.
Opportunity beckons. Who
Alles
among you?
nix.
Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Was?
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Okay.
Right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovani, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Korava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Boah, es ist weit weg. Das ist die andere Quest. Da oben. Komme ich da hoch? Hier? Ah, sieht so aus, als ob ich hier hoch kann.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
So, schickst du mich auch
The strapping lad with the sword.
ans Ende der Welt?
Finally, no one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures.
Nee, der hat
Most
einfach nur rumgechillt.
accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead?
Keine Sorge, ich schlag die kaputt, die Treppe. Mach ich.
Climb the stairs and
memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. One each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Die 3 World Pornoglyphen. Drei Stück. Sind die alle hier? Also. Guck mal, alter Mann. Du musst auch gar nicht die Treppe nehmen. Es gibt auch eine Leiter. Oh shit, aber hier wären diese Treppen gewesen. Ja, schlecht. Aus der Truhe. Goblin-Münze. Nice. So, was haben wir hier? Wächter der Mutter, die ihr den Grundstein gelegt. Wahret ihr heilig Blut, solange der Schrei des Kristall euch prägt.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
True. Das ist auch eine
So
Truhe.
it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the boxes to Dad.
Not a scratch on them. Have you noticed the elder has been coughing less?
Nee, habe ich nicht bemerkt. Ihr Nomaden der goldenen Ebene, schlagt eure Wurzeln in Stein. Diese Felsen sind nun eure Heimat, doch euer Stolz soll unvergessen sein.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Noch eine Truhe.
These inquiries been hard to
Keine
find.
Sorge, ich nehme mir das nur kurz, danke. Und dann haben wir hier noch gar nichts. Auf falsche Seite. Komm schon. Kinder der Jäger, ihr habt eure Berufung erkannt. Erntet den verheißenen Segen. Dankbar und mit fleißiger Hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar.
Die mit auch selber hingehen können. Ist keine einzige Treppe zwischen.
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Die tollen, tapferen Mogri-Wächter. Wächter der Republik. Ui.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Jo, er ist jetzt einfach pleite. Oh jo. 1000 Gil. Uiuiuiui. Und eine Goblin-Münze sind nochmal 500. Was war das? Warum hast du das Sprung gemacht, Clive? Gut, dann machen wir nochmal den Albavis Handen. Und dann wieder 300 Nebenquests anlocken.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
Mummy,
Ja, die bösen Menschen kommen wieder.
Gentlemen of the town guard.
Let's go.
Mein Gott, dieser Tarnvogel.
Run like the wind.
Wie viele Fähigkeitspunkte habe ich eigentlich gerade? Kann ich irgendwas skillen? Irgendwas Cooles? 4000? Ui. Ich könnte die danische gerade meistern. Dann lässt sich es aber nur neu zuordnen. Lohnt sich also eher weniger. Ja, gute Frage, ne? Gute Frage, nächste Frage. Was ist mit der hier? Unterstützung kann ich verbessern. Was bringt die Verbesserung? Aktivierungsfenster für das perfekte Ausführen wird verlängert. Das ist eigentlich auch unnötig. Trefferzahl wird erhöht. Das ist vielleicht ganz gut. Die benutze ich eh nicht. Damit kann ich das überall zuordnen. Ich verbessere Magie. Ja, und mehr muss ich eigentlich auch gerade gar nicht machen. Vielleicht, wenn noch ein anderer Icon dazu kommt, dass ich da direkt mal was meister. Meister. Um das, keine Ahnung, Garuda zuzuordnen oder so. Hey. Bei Garudas Fähigkeit finde ich nicht so cool. Also Garudas Stagger-Ding ist ganz geil. Aber die Fähigkeit von Garuda sind irgendwie nicht so. 200 Meter noch. könnte Limit Rausch ein bisschen skillen, aber Limit Rausch weiß ich auch nicht. Finde ich auch nicht so gut. Bringt nicht so viel. Ey, echt jetzt? Ist er das? Das ist er.
Straight home now. Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Oh nee, ernsthaft? Zorgal hat den Feuerball abgewehrt. Das war aber ein gutes Abbruch. Ich denke gern, dass das ein Parry war, war aber scheinbar einer. Und Laserstrahl. Gibt nur einen Gegner in diesem Spiel, der ansatzweise was gegen mich machen kann. Und das ist Varrock. Dieser dumme Drache, ey. In dieser dummen Hitbox. Macht mich das aggressiv, ey. Hallo, ich hab deine Haut.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. As supple as a
Erstmal was trinken, stay hydrated.
Yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Eine Million Gil krieg ich jetzt. Mindestens. Der hat mir nicht mal Gil gegeben. Mit meinem Vermögen, ich bin so reich, ich gebe dir aber kein Gil. Who's that Pokémon?
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yote is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve. both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Noch ein Stecker! Woo!
Members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
It's a Canva then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Bedfellows? What?
The free cities and the sea?
Ah, jetzt der Weg hier auch auf mir. Cool. Hätte ich gar nicht von da aus laufen müssen. Dann wollen wir mal den Quest machen. Was geht denn hier ab?
Orks.
Orks?
Then let us be rid of them.
Nee. Hab nicht so Bock da die Orks wegzumachen. Das ist nicht mein Ziel. Stehen da eh in 10 Minuten wieder. Genauso wie die.
This might take a while.
Komm eh nicht hinterher.
Clive.
Und es macht eh keinen Unterschied.
Is the city fallen?
Sieht nicht mehr ganz so gut aus, die Stadt, ja. Kann man so sagen. Der güldene Pfad. Das war jetzt Canva, ne? Oder kennen wir?
The free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Hurry, hurry. Achso, das war jetzt, weil Dings hier, der Odin-Typ hier angegibt. Was soll denn das? Das goldene Chocobo, ne? Oh, ey! Ernsthaft? Okay. Okay. Was man nicht alles tut für die Medaille. Wenn es am Ende keine Medaille dafür oder keine Trophäe dafür gibt, dass man alle Nebenquests gemacht hat, dann kotze ich im Strahl.
You know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
Ja.
I will.
Was soll ich da jetzt machen?
I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Da oben, okay. Und Borussia kann ich hier nicht rufen. Wir hätten einfach einen Sprint-Button einfügen sollen, anstatt das Reittier. Like for real, for real. Also für mich wird das hier auf jeden Fall nicht Game of the Year. Da fand ich Fire Emblem noch cooler.
Everyone, Quiten has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quiten. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quiten.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quiten to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster! They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die!
We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quiten die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Okay.
Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Warum soll ich ihm nicht direkt bei seinem Schlachtzug helfen, oder? Nee, okay, da unten. Oh. Ich hatte schon gedacht, das ist der Ort, wo Svarog rumsteht. Holy shit. Dann hätte ich direkt gesagt, überschiebe vielleicht auf später. Aber ne. Ist nicht der Ort. Als ob hier jetzt auch so Curls rumlaufen, ne? Fallender Käfer. Auch guter Name.
Time to fight.
Nein, es ist nicht Zeit zum Kämpfen. Oh. Ah, das ist hier das Haus. Jo.
Clive. Look.
Don't tell me we're too late.
Alle tot. Und nichts zu looten.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
Ach, nur ein kleiner Curl
This
ist
must be the
das.
guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on then.
Let's Beyblade!
That is no real guard dog. No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
Ja. Okay. Oh nein! Sehr schön. Und das war's mit Kätzchen. Das war's. 60 Erfahrungspunkte, Fähigkeitspunkte. Schnurhaar, nice.
If only we'd arrived earlier.
Aber ich habe keine Schwarzschilder auf dem Boden gesehen. Das sind alle Schwarzschilde sind noch in dem Gebäude drin, oder was?
Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quinton! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Da musst du wohl auch ins Versteck kommen.
lost wing. My lost wing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it.
Okay, das ist wenigstens in Ordnung, das Sidequest.
Quinten's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
It's over.
Neue Gegner. Was? Ja, noch nicht ganz, aber ja.
Quiten! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Okay, ich laser euch alle weg, ja?
It's over.
Der kann auch einen Laser streichen. Ja, nice. Auch von nichts ist als für nichts nicht. Jetzt bufft euch, oder? Verloren. Oh, ein Geldgeber war dabei. Ne, Geld.
Quiten! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Useless wäre das jetzt einfach, wenn er auch tot ist. Einige Zeit später.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lost Wing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quinten. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quinten. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Family.
Yeah. And all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same.
Vielleicht haben die alle Glatzen.
Lost
Family.
Wing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lost Wing. Right here in the base.
Jo, die hat voll die blauen Augen.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quiten we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
Dann ist er jetzt halt Power Quinten.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Oh, Schild des Gehängten. Aber wieder so ein Sammelobjekt. Der Hauch des Windes Orkanrad. Verringert die Abklingzeit. Die Wartezeit. Betritt die. Achso, ne, Marfa. Ich war gerade eben erstmal durch allen.
Clive, just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
Ja, doch, einfach übereinander stapeln. Mach so ein Zwinger-Ding auf.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly
Die wollen
drive
doch
them out of
auch
there.
nur irgendwo
And
wohnen,
I know
ey.
the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Einfach reingehen und alle töten. Wofür muss ich jetzt mit Sir Wade
Back to
reden?
Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first.
Jill war auch
So,
meine Meinung.
Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rosfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Okay. Aber vertreibe ich jetzt doch einfach die Banditen da oben. Mache ich. Krieg ich hin.